click, click. Hello everyone, this is Take from Bigheadtaco. As you can see, I'm wearing the same clothes. It is a continuation from where I was previously. This is my new Uniqlo t-shirt that I got. I love Uniqlo. Thank you, Mr. Uniqlo. I'm here in a more quiet part of town. This is again in Towawan, Hoi Sham Park. Beautiful. You hear the birds chirping, you hear someone playing the Chinese flute. Camera girl is going to just, we're going to do a quick pause. She's going to kind of take a few shots and then she'll come back and then we'll continue this video. This video is on the X100T. So camera girl, you do your thing. We're back. So I hope that looked pretty cool. So we are here to talk about the X100T, and lo and behold, the EF X20 flash is on top. So Fuji's let me borrow this flash for an extended period of time since I had the X30, and I've actually used it on a lot of different cameras as well. I've used it on the GR. I recommend this flash for anyone, for any camera. It doesn't even have to be a Fuji, just its compact size. I recommend people who shoot manually to also learn how to shoot with your flash manually by ratio, so 1:1 all the way to 1/164. It's a great way of understanding how flash works. So I'll take this off, so I could probably talk 10 minutes just about this flash, and we'll talk about the X100T. This is a great camera for street photography. I've had a few people either email me, comment on my blog, or even on my YouTube channel and Instagram about people saying I have a DSLR and I want to get an X100. What do you think? And I tell people, look, the DSLRs will outperform almost any mirrorless camera. Almost. Not every, but almost every. Including this, this will not perform as fast as almost any DSLR, even the lower end ones. Autofocus speed, noise performance. This is mirrorless, it's small, it's compact, it can't dissipate heat as well, so you're going to get noisier images. Up to ISO 3200 I think is pretty darn good. On the street I shoot 800 or 1600 on a regular basis, but what you like about a camera like this is its compactness and its weight. So I have the Leica T on me, and this is a mirrorless camera, and this is light compared to most DSLRs, but even then the weight starts to kind of get on you. So something like this that you carry on your neck all day and you know that you have an APS-C size sensor, this is great for travel. 35mm equivalent focal length. I recommend to, hopefully I can grab it quickly enough, I recommend to get rid of the standard, sorry Fuji, get rid of the standard, that cup cover they have that has like a felt lining. It's beautifully made out of aluminum and it fits nice, it looks nice, but it's impractical. I always feel that it's gonna fall off, and if it does, I don't know how much it is to replace, but I'm assuming it'll be 40 or 50 bucks. But get one of these, it's a filter adapter, so it's 49mm filter inside, and it comes with a lens hood, and then you just get a standard 49mm cap, especially the pinch style, and it just sits in there like that. And so if you lose this, big deal. It's like $5 to replace, and keeps it lighter, and unlike the other cup style that comes with the X100T, easily fits in your back pocket. If you sit on it, it doesn't hurt. So I recommend doing this. So this is like a $40 or $50 accessory. If Fuji throws it in as a promo, I think this would be a great promo to throw in. So the camera itself, if you shot with the X100, X100S, there's no major surprises. The biggest feature about the T, that if you have the S and you're thinking about upgrading, the only reason why you would do so, I would say, is the hybrid viewfinder. So what that is we all know that since the X100, it has the optical viewfinder mode, and then it has the EVF mode, but this now has both the EVF, a mini EVF within the optical viewfinder. So I'm gonna do what I usually do, which is I never tell camera girl I'm gonna do this, is I'm gonna run around behind her and just try to show how this works. So I'm gonna try to make it work here. Let's see here. So I'm gonna just come around behind camera girl, and we are going to, let's see if I can pull this off. And you could see, oh, there you go. So you could see we're in optical viewfinder mode, and then if you click that switch to the left, you can see there's a mini window down there, if you can see that there. And in that mini window, that little mini EVF, it could do two things. One is you could actually check for exposure. Actually, it does three things: exposure and white balance. So it's without having to switch to EVF mode completely. In that little window, you could tell right away if your exposure is off, and you could tell if your white balance is off. Another thing you can check is actually focus. And one way you can do that is if you put it in focus peaking mode. While you're in optical viewfinder mode, you can still manually focus by checking focus peak and pick one of the colors, red, blue, or white, and pick either high or low. And you can actually manual focus in optical viewfinder mode. So for me, it is the equivalent to a modern day rangefinder. It's a true rangefinder in the modern sense, in that it's optical mode, but there is a means for which you can focus without focusing by scale. There's some means, and what it is through that little mini EVF. So that is the one reason why you would upgrade. And I know Chris Michaels, I respect you and I love your videos and I love your show. He says he doesn't believe there's a need for the for that since the EVF is so good. That's not true. I've tested the EVF. Let's just do this here. EVF. So this is the optical viewfinder, and this is the digital. Now, of course, the interpretation of optical to digital, doing it that way is not a true representation, but trust me when I say in most situations, looking through the optical viewfinder will always look better than looking through the EVF. The only exception I would say is probably in low light. It does get laggy in the EVF, where the optical viewfinder doesn't get laggy, but EVF, I would only use it for low light or when exact framing is necessary, then do that. But the new optical viewfinder, it has very aggressive parallax compensation, and with that viewfinder, the mini EVF, it's I pretty much shoot in that mode. There is one negative. We all know that Fuji has the different view modes, so either it's always LCD, it is always optical viewfinder or viewfinder mode, or it has that eye sensor mode. Let me just see here. So it has the eye sensor mode. So as soon as your eye goes here, it goes into the viewfinder mode. But if you're shooting street, I recommend if you use the LCD most of the time, then force it in LCD mode. The reason why for that is either when the camera goes to sleep and you want to shoot right away, or if you turn off the camera, turn it back on. For instance, let's just do this. Let's just do a quick test here. So it's in eye sensor mode. Here you go. So eye sensor mode, and you turn it off. When you turn it on, and then you put your eye to it, there's that pause. It always defaults to the LCD first, and then it clicks over to the optical viewfinder mode, and then the mini EVF opens up. So that's an extra, I would say, from complete sleep or completely off, you're wasting about 1.5 seconds for it to get to the mode that you want it to be. Where if you have it already in optical viewfinder mode only, and then you turn off the camera, or if it goes to sleep, as soon as you turn it on, it's already sitting there ready to shoot. So I recommend to do that if you're shooting street. Now I found that shooting street, especially in a place like Hong Kong where everything is compact, things come at you quickly and the environment changes very fast, and you want to be ready very quickly. I have the same problem with the Leica T. I have the same problem with almost all the cameras that I shoot with, that I hate when these cameras go to sleep. I know why they go to sleep, it's to save on battery, but either, I would say if you're walking into a market and you sense that you're about to, there's gonna be something awesome coming up, either you continually pump your shutter button, meaning that you just lightly touch, and you're allowing the camera to kind of quickly focus. That way it keeps the camera on. So that when you're ready to shoot, you go like this, and now immediately, like I just took a picture there, a camera girl, it's immediately ready to shoot. If you don't do that, what happens is that you're sitting there and you're waiting for the camera. It's so laggy, you're waiting for it to turn on, and by that time you miss that moment. And so out of all the cameras that I shoot with, I don't want to promote Apple too much because they don't send me anything to review, but I find my iPhone is one of the quickest. I just slide it up and it's ready to shoot. It's one of the fastest in terms of getting ready to shoot from completely dead asleep to shooting. So that's one of the recommendations I have for this. I heard some people complaining about this not being a tilty, flippy screeny, and I mentioned in my preview, if it had it, I'd be happy, but the fact that they focus so much attention on keeping alive this optical viewfinder mode, I think that Fuji made the right decision to do that. Everyone else seems to have abandoned the optical viewfinder except for Leica with their M cameras and DSLRs, the high-end ones that use the glass pentaprism, but everyone else seems to have abandoned that. So Fuji, props to you that you put the research and time and energy to do that. I think this really leads to, as me and Kurt talked about, the X Pro 2 coming up. If it will or not, I think it will come up, and this is sort of a preview showing that yes, Fuji's committed to prime lenses and Fuji's committed to the optical viewfinder by incorporating the electronic viewfinder, and now with that little mini window, I don't see, there's no reason why that Fuji shouldn't pursue and maintain the optical viewfinder in the X Pro 2. So that's my review so far. I'll have more reviews. Those are the main features that stand out on this. But one more thing is that I mentioned in my preview is the moving of the drive button. It used to be on this side and it irritated me. I love my Ricoh because all the features is all in the right hand, so you don't ever need to use your left hand on that camera. Fine, put all the play modes to your left. Even the view mode, I wish it was here, but fine, put it there. But drive should never be in the left side. That means you have to take your hand off and press it. The fact that drive is there, the fact that the auto exposure lock button is there, and also the Q button, I think it used to be down here, and now that it's right by your thumb, while you're shooting this way, you already know where that is, you know where that is. So I love that they've moved those two buttons. Reviewers haven't mentioned it because it's a small thing, but for ex-shooters, you'll notice right away that you'll be shooting quicker with those buttons that have been moved to the proper position. One quick negative, I hate third stop aperture. Someone maybe comment and tell me why they think third stops are so advantageous. When you shoot, usually you're shooting wide open. If you want that optical, the sweet spot is 2 stops above wide open, or you're trying to get insane depth of field because you're shooting at f8. So f2, 2.8, 4, 5, 6, 8, 11. Tell me why you need to shoot f13.5 versus f11, or tell me why you want to shoot I don't know, f6.7 versus 8. What's the difference? So I wish they kept this half stops, and I'm happy that this is in full stops up here, shutter speeds, and you can still access the third stops down here. So yeah, that kind of irritates me. I don't like the third stops. But other than that, this is a great camera. If this came out last year when I bought my GR, I would have probably bought this instead of the GR. But at that time, I was choosing between my Ricoh GR and the S. I loved both, but I went for the compact size of the GR. But now with this hybrid optical viewfinder, with the mini EVF, I probably would pick this. So this is my sort of a quick review of the Ricoh, the Fuji X100T, and I'll probably do another quick sort of a comparison with the Leica T before I leave Hong Kong. But thank you so much for viewing. We'll talk to you soon. Coming to you again here from Hong Kong, Tobawan, and on the Kowloon side. We'll talk to you soon. Happy shooting. Click, click.